The woman stepped out of the red Ferrari with an expression that matched the car, sharp, polished, and full of confidence. Her heels clicked against the cracked concrete outside the small roadside garage, and she glanced around as if the place offended her senses. Oil stains darkened the ground, tools hung from rusted hooks, and the sign above the door flickered with missing letters. She sighed loudly, already irritated. Inside, a poor mechanic in his mid-30s wiped his hands on an old cloth and looked up. His clothes were worn, his boots scuffed, but his eyes were calm and observant. He had been working since sunrise, fixing an old pickup truck for a farmer who could barely afford the repair. When he saw the Ferrari, he knew immediately it wasn't just any car. Machines spoke to him in ways people often didn't. "What happened?" he asked politely. She scoffed. "What does it look like? My car broke down, and honestly, I don't even know why I stopped here." Her gaze moved over him slowly, judging. "Do you even know how to work on a Ferrari?" He didn't react to the insult. He simply nodded once. "I can take a look." She laughed under her breath. "Right. This car costs more than this whole garage." The mechanic opened the hood carefully, as if touching something sacred. He listened, checked, tested, and stayed silent. That seemed to irritate her even more. "Look," she said impatiently, folding her arms. "If you can't fix it, just say so. I'll call someone who actually knows what they're doing." He looked up at her calmly. "I know what I'm doing, but it will take some time." She rolled her eyes. "Fine, I don't have a choice, do I?" While he worked, she made phone calls, complaining loudly about the place, the delay, and how ridiculous it was that she was stuck in the middle of nowhere. He said nothing. His hands moved with focus and care, as if the world around him didn't exist. What she didn't know was that this poor mechanic had once trained under one of the best engineers in the country. Life had pulled him away from big cities and shiny workshops. A sick wife, debts, and later her passing had left him alone with responsibilities and a small garage inherited from his father. He didn't talk about it. He didn't need to. After a few hours, he closed the hood and wiped his hands again. "Try it now," he said. She smirked. "I'll be shocked if it even starts." She turned the key. The engine came alive smoothly, better than before. Her expression changed instantly. She revved it once, twice, listening carefully. The sound was perfect. She stepped out slowly, disbelief on her face. "What did you do?" He shrugged. "Fix the problem." "That's not possible," she said sharply. "Ferraris need certified specialists." "They need understanding," he replied quietly. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. Then her pride returned. "How much?" He named a price that was far lower than any dealership would charge. She stared at him. "That's it? You're joking." "That's the work," he said. She hesitated, then handed him the money without another word. As she drove away, something inside her felt unsettled. Not anger, something else. 2 days later, she was back. The mechanic looked up, surprised. "My car is fine," she said quickly, almost defensive. "I just wanted to ask something." She paused. "Why are you here?" He didn't pretend not to understand. "Life," he said simply. She looked around again, this time with different eyes. "You could be working somewhere better." "Better is relative," he replied. She left again, thoughtful. Over the next few weeks, she kept returning, sometimes with small questions about the car, sometimes with none at all. She watched him work. She listened. Slowly, her tone changed. The mocking edge faded, replaced by curiosity, then respect. One evening, she stayed longer than usual. The sun dipped low, painting the sky orange. "I was rude to you," she said suddenly. He didn't look up. "You were honest." She frowned. "No, I was arrogant." He met her eyes then, calm as always. People often confuse confidence with pride. She swallowed. "I've spent my whole life looking down on people like you." "And now?" he asked. "And now," she said softly, "I don't feel taller." He nodded as if that was enough. Days later, her Ferrari broke down again, but this time, she called him instead of towing it away. When he arrived, he saw fear in her eyes, not frustration. "Can you fix it?" she asked quietly. "Yes," he said, and he did. This time she insisted on paying more. He refused. "You already paid," he said. "For the repair," she replied, "not for the lesson." He smiled faintly. Months passed. She started visiting the garage even when the car didn't need fixing. She brought coffee, sometimes food. She listened to stories he rarely told. She learned about his past, his struggles, and his values. Each word chipped away at the pride she once wore like armor. One day, she confessed the truth. She was the daughter of a powerful automotive executive, the same company that looked down on small garages like his. "I mocked you," she said, tears in her eyes, "and you never once tried to prove me wrong." He looked at her gently. "I didn't need to." That night, she went home and made a decision that shocked her world. She left the corporate ladder she had climbed with arrogance and returned with humility. She invested not to control, but to support. She opened training programs for small mechanics. She credited one man for changing everything. When reporters asked her what caused the shift, she answered simply, "A poor mechanic fixed my Ferrari and shattered my pride." Back at the garage, life stayed mostly the same. Oil-stained floors, flickering sign, honest work. But sometimes when the red Ferrari parked outside, people noticed the way she looked at the mechanic, not from above, but straight into his eyes. And the man who had once been mocked